Good morning. Hopefully you can hear me. Just putting you on my shirt. As far as I can see, it's working. Yeah, Twitch can hear me, which should mean that YouTube can hear me as well. Good morning, everyone. I'll say some good mornings to people already in the chat. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, Beauty Love Creative. Morning, Ollie. Thanks very much, Victoria. So everyone can hear me. Thanks for dropping in, Zab. I know you obviously got to go off, and I'm guessing help Debbie shortly. So thanks for dropping in. It's morning. Well, it's not morning, is it, for Orange? But hello, Orange. Morning, Solophonics. Morning to Leophora. And morning to the wonderful Rabbit or Fox. Stream Element says it's 18 degrees here. I can tell you it is not 18 degrees. It is currently 23 degrees in the garden, according to my weather station. Morning, Lone. It's baking. We've already lost one camera before we've even started. There should have been another camera close up on the watching the bees on the foxgloves and the Aquilegia, but that has decided to pack up due to the heat. The main camera top left, the camera top left is our good camera, which is in the shade of a tree at the moment. The main picture you can see at the moment is actually somewhere you don't often see. This is down the side of the house. You're sat by the baskets that we did, the troughs we did a couple of weeks ago, and the ivy hedge behind those is where Canny the blackbird lives. They are building a nest somewhere in there, so you may see Canny come and go, or Mr. Canny. So but I haven't got a clue what cameras are working. I'll deactivate and activate them occasionally. So if you lose a camera and it comes back, that's what I'm doing, just to make sure they're working. Everything is overheating. I'm overheating. The laptop is overheating. The laptop's got extra ventilation or extra cooling on it. So if it all goes pear-shaped, you know what it is. It's the heat. For anyone in the UK, you know what's happening this weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend, which usually means it rains. But for some reason, this bank holiday weekend, tomorrow is going to be supposedly the warmest May day on record. And if I'll put a little weather chart up on the bottom for you, see what they're predicting for here. Beauty of Creator saying 29 over in the Netherlands. Yeah, I think you've got very similar weather to us at the moment, which isn't surprising because we're just over the North Sea basically from each other. It's just extremely heat. Sab's saying it's going to be 33 tomorrow. He's a little bit south of where I am. So yes, it's just hot. Just to give you an idea, I've got absolutely no intention whatsoever of doing any real gardening today. For two reasons. I'm not really supposed to be out in the sun because for various bits and pieces that I have, I can't really control my body temperature that much. So one of the things I have to do is keep out of really sunny weather, basically. Otherwise, I'll shrivel up to become a baby bear. I'll poodle around a bit. I'll be able to point out a few bits and pieces. I've got all the other plant labels to do as well today. They need doing. What else is in terms of planting, I was hoping this weekend, because nearly everything's out of the greenhouse. We've probably got about another couple of days of planting to do, and that's going to be in the front garden, so that probably won't be live streamed. Don't tend to live stream from the front garden. Once they're out, then I'll be planting up the greenhouse and the veg patch. So the long-term forecast for next weekend's a bit cooler, so we'll probably be doing that next weekend. What I have done this week is in the back garden on the left-hand side, in that flower bed, I've been progressively working my way up, weeding it and planting some of the summer bedding plants in there as well. So that's what it is. I'm just going to have a wander down to the far end of the garden and wave at you, just to see if that camera is actually working. If you could let me know in chat if I appear. I'm just going to set off now. Oh, it's slow. It's just very, very warm. Did I appear on screen? I assume I did by the number of people waving. I'm assuming that camera's working, judging by that. It was the camera up in the top left-hand corner. Oh, I was going to say, oh yes, you would have seen me in the bottom camera. Did you see me in the top left camera or not? Was the top left one working as well? Yep. Excellent. I'll take that as a yes. Thanks for that. That's brilliant. So the cameras are still those two cameras are still working at the moment. The third one has melted. Morning, Clovert. Right, we might as well do something. There's a question there from Victoria. What's the plant on the lower left of the picture? The main picture. Are we talking about the main picture, Victoria, or the top left? Top left picture, because we've got two pictures. The picture at the bottom, Rabbit Fox has got it right. Looks like geraniums. Yeah, that's a geranium on the trough. I don't know if you remember, we did that was the very first trough that we made, which was the green one. In fact, I can show you those in due course, because yeah, it's geranium, and I think on the left, let me go and have a look out. Yeah, so what you're looking at, that's a geranium. That's a verbena there. That is the, I can't remember. That was, I've got the empty trays here. I can't remember if that's actually in one of them. It's something like, no, it's not what I'm thinking it was. I can't remember. I can't remember plant. So yeah, so these are the troughs we did on stream. Oh no, sorry. These are the ones I did off stream. But this one is the one that we did on stream. So these brown troughs are to go in the wall trough at the front of the house. But I'm not putting them out there because they would just melt in this weather. So they're sort of slightly under here, bit of shade. There's 5 of them. They're looking quite good. You can see how they've filled out quite a lot. God, it's warm in the sun. I'm not built for hot weather. Melting. Yeah. I can't honestly remember what that. Yes, from that picture, yeah, it's geranium with sort of variegated leaves. So, if you're looking out for Canny the blackbird coming and going, or Mr. Canny, it'll be somewhere. I'm just gonna. I'll go and point roughly where I think their new nest is. Firstly, the old nest was there, but I can't see it because this ivy's a lot thicker here. But they've been going in and out of here. They have, and I suspect the new nest is somewhere there. But I haven't seen it yet, so I'll keep an eye on it. They haven't gone into full nest building mode yet. They're just coming and going the odd bits and pieces. I think they're just looking for a good nest site at the moment. Is Zab off, is he? Yeah, thanks for dropping in, Zab. For Twitch viewers, this won't apply to YouTube. Twitch viewers, there's a super duper new community reward available in the points section, which the chat community can contribute to. So if you have excess points, you now know what you can do with them. Someone's the victim of that reward has spotted it. For YouTube viewers who can't see that, Twitch have what's called channel points, so they get from basically watching or the stream as time goes on, and they can use those channel points for sort of treats on the Twitch side. But I've set up a reward where the Twitch community can all contribute to the same reward, and they go and then they can moderate one of our regular viewers over there. So I thought you'd like that, Rabbit or Fox. And I've set it as a reasonable level that within sort of a couple of hours of viewing, there might be enough points for that actually to come into force. Obviously, if it happens just before the end of today, we'll have to delay it for another stream because we don't want you missing out on the opportunity. So, what can we do today? Firstly, I'll walk you around and point out some stuff around the garden. I'm not going to take the camera with me for obvious reasons because it's just going to melt. I'll point out some stuff that I've done in the last week. It's up to you, Rabbit or Fox. I'll point out some of the stuff we done this week, point out some of the stuff that's still got to be done. For anyone who's here, I probably will stream this midweek at some point, late afternoon, early evening, depending on what the weather's like, because it's obviously a bit cooler then, and we're out, and the back garden's out of sun, so we can probably do a more normal stream. But we'll be back on next weekend's looking much more better for operating in the outside. And there you see someone's just contributed to their own fate. Yes, it's a maximum of 2,000 points per viewer. So there you go. You're 10% of the way there already. Um, so let's go and have a wander around. I can't see the chat while I'm wandering around, so I'll point stuff out and I'll come back in and see if anyone's got any questions. So hopefully the cameras are still working. In fact, what I will do, we'll just switch the camera. So I'll put it on the main garden camera while I do this. Oh, it is where I can see it on that. Yep, so we're back on the main garden camera. Okay. Yep. Hello everyone. Assume you can still hear me. Hanging baskets that have really filled out. Oh, crumbs, that's heavy. They're the ones we did a couple of weeks ago. Really starting to fill out. They're really heavy. I've watered them this morning. I've watered the whole garden's been watered this morning. We've got up here. We've got some climbing rambling roses coming out. We've also got a second type of tomatoes coming out. This, I think, is the mock orange bush, which is just about to flower. This back, I suppose 10 foot, I haven't weeded. I've weeded from there up to here. So I've got this to finish. So this has been weeded down to there. Very noisy plane going over. So I've weeded from here down to there. And then I've replanted that with the summer bedding plants and some perennial plants to fill it out. That probably won't get much weeding now this summer because there'll be so much growing in there. The weeds will struggle to get through anyway. This will need doing probably in the next couple of days. What have we got out in flower? These tubs are doing quite well. These are some of the ones we did last week. We've got some purple foxgloves. These are the ornamental poppies, just still going. That is the Linaria there. The fuchsias are incredible at the moment. I say last year they didn't start flowering really until July, so very early this year. They're incredible. And the bees are loving them. And obviously, if we come down here, we've got the other ones are geums. We've got some more aquilegia, and we've got white foxglove there with aquilegia. Anyone who saw the video on YouTube last night, the premiere, you'll recognise the foxglove and the aquilegia there. A lot of the pictures were taken of that for that video. The central bed is holding its own. I'm watering this a lot because obviously these new plants, and they haven't got a lot of root structure into the ground yet, so they're getting a lot of water in the mornings. Yeah, it's just we're just on that verge of the summer really. I think basically the spring stuff is almost finished, and we're really into the early summer flowers. We do need some rain though. We did get the occasional shower. Middle of last week we had a couple of downpours, but The ground is very, very dry at the moment. On the fence here, we've got the strawberry plants we did. Hold on there. And there's a video on strawberry plants on Tuesday lunchtime coming out, one of our 3-minute videos explaining a bit about strawberry plants and something you might not know. And then I'm going back down the side of the pond. The pond is very green at the moment, and I'm having to clean the filter virtually every day. I'm just going to change the camera over. I'll read the comments while I'm doing that. Whew, so good to get out the sun. Hi Red Robins. How am I coping with the heat? Well, I'm coping better than one of the cameras, but it's not good. We're not used to it, are we? Yes, I know that it's been very, very bad up in North America for some of the rain. I need a hat. Yes, that's a very good point. I do. Thank you for being so considerate, Victoria. Just trying to see what are we looking forward to on Tuesday. I can't remember now. Did I say I was going to do something on Tuesday? Don't know. Can't remember. Yeah, Red Robins. I believe you're in the southwest of England, I think, somewhere. They say it's going to be 28 there in an hour or two. Yeah, it is currently 23.9 in the garden. And drinking water, yeah, I will have a drink before I go. And I'll just go out to where the big camera is now. So I'll just go out here. So where this is down the side of the house. You very rarely see this live. But so you're on the table with the baskets. This yellow plant, I don't know if you can actually see that. Not yellow plant, the yellow plant there. That's a Mexican orange blossom bush. And it smells, when it flowers, it smells of orange, really, citrus. And then behind it we've got, this is a fuchsia hawk's head, which has got some very small white flowers. That's very early this year. In fact, the last year that didn't start flowering until about September. It's incredible. Big viburnum bush behind, and then we've got a fence line with various sort of shrubby plants in it, mainly ivy at this end. We'll take down a basket. This is one of the baskets we've done. On stream. That's coming along. Now, just taking that down, that's something interesting about that. Is that I don't know whether you'd be able to see there. There's a gap in the basket there, right in the centre. I'll see if I can point that out to you. Just there. There's a gap where the soil's gone missing. which makes me think something's been harvesting compost for a nest. So it's either a bird has been harvesting that, or it could be something like bees or wasps harvesting it, because it's more and more soil, so you can use that. So yeah, so you don't often see this area. And then down on your right, there's a flower bed that runs from the bins basically. It runs all the way down and then into the front garden. So we've got a bed that's probably, I'm just trying to work out how far that is. It's probably not far for 100 foot down the side and into the front. This is quite shady here because you've got a roof over the top of your head. That's why you're not melting. Whew. It is warm. It was warm yesterday, but just about manageable. Let's see what the comments are. Yeah, well, I'm not supposed to really be out in the sunshine. I won't go to the full ins and outs of it, but and before anyone puts a comment in that am I a vampire? No, I'm not a vampire. So that's a quick long distance tour of what we've done. I say the real problem this week, the last few days, is there was a cat on the fence right down the bottom. Don't know if you can see that. I don't think you'll see that. No. It's wandering along in a very odd manner, but there you go. You won't have seen that. I'm just going to open up the camera in case we get a cat spotting opportunity. Yeah, I'm just looking. I might have to move you in a sec anyway, because the sun's just coming round onto you. So if a cat appears, it's going to be somewhere down the far end through the arch, because it was walking along the fence at the back. I'm not expecting to see very many cats today. For anyone, I think a couple of you already know that 2 of the cats went to the VET yesterday, and they are not very happy, and they're still holding a grudge. The other one, certainly during the summer, has their breakfast, and then you don't see them again till mid-afternoon. When they're obviously hungry and they come back for some more food. But I know the two of them are out, and they'll be asleep somewhere in the sun, and then and the girl cat's somewhere around. But to be honest, I'm not sure where. She'll be asleep. She'll be asleep anyway. But yeah. So I was going back. I was talking about the real problem. The real problem we've had the last few days and this coming week is actually watering the garden. The only saving grace is we haven't got a hosepipe ban at the moment. For anyone outside of the UK, a hosepipe ban is an annual event that the UK has, celebrated generally across the country. Possibly Scotland is exempt. We celebrate it by not being able to use a hosepipe during the hottest part of the year to conserve water, which just means that you have to do everything with a watering can instead. And in fact, actually, I could even put myself on screen because I've got that capability. Let's do that as well, so you at least can see me. Well, I don't know whether that's actually a benefit or a curse, really, but we'll do that as well. There you go. There you go. You can actually see me talking now. Hello. So yeah, so do I have rain barrels? I've got rain barrels on the greenhouse. I would have it on the garage and so on, but there isn't really anywhere practical to put them on that. Or actually on the house, to be honest, either. But the greenhouse, and actually the greenhouse one really supplies enough water really for certainly watering everything down the bottom of the garden. And the advantage of that is you don't have to walk up and down all the time. So anything that makes life easier. Um, so it's a pleasure at the moment watering because you can do it with a hose pipe. I don't tend to use like a sprinkler where you just put it on the lawn and it runs automatically, because I prefer to actually put the water where I think it's needed. And I'd rather water everything really well every 2 or 3 days than give it a little bit each day that just evaporates off. But with these new beds that we've done, if you remember, we put that black plastic sheet down, which is basically a weed suppressant, but it also acts as retaining moisture, and because it's got the stones on there, any moisture will run through, and it'll try to retain as much as possible. Morning, Bezzy. Well, welcome to a sweltering garden. Anyone that has just come in, we're melting today. So it'll be the warmest day of the year here. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow, breaking records tomorrow. So we're not doing a huge amount of actual gardening because we've already lost one camera to the heat, and we don't want to lose me to the heat. In fact, if you everyone, I'm going to just move the top left camera because that's getting into the sun now. I tried to do that as gently for you as possible. Yep. So yeah, so we're watering every morning. I'm generally watering about 6 or 7 in the morning before it gets too hot. And there is a theory about what they say is you should never water plants when they're in full sun, which I suppose might be good because you don't sort of scorch the plants or as such. But my view is that if the plant needs some water, you give it some water. I mean, it'd be like saying to me, "Oh, I can't have a drink till 7 o'clock because I'm sat in the sun." It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So there you go. So yeah, anyone that's new coming in, welcome to the garden. Hello. If you haven't seen me before, I'm what's called Bear. Not my real name, obviously. Wearing one of their new shirts. This colour is called, I think, stone, and today it's stone with soggy patches. Yeah, the garden's looking very good at the moment, Bezzy. I'll do another quick tour for anyone that's coming in a little bit. Yeah, Victoria's saying, yeah, when they had a drought years ago, they used the kids' bath water to water the garden. Yep, that's I like that. To just return the garden dirt from their busy bodies back to the garden. Yep, that's happened here before. So we don't have a bath here now. We have a shower, so we can't really do that. But yeah, I think it's called grey water, isn't it? That you can use. So what I was saying is, yes, welcome to the channel. I'm sat inside here, out of the sun at the moment. We've lost one camera to the heat already. What you're seeing is I would say, pretty typical suburban garden. We're in Northern England. For anyone that's not in the UK, or anyone that is in the UK, the nearest place of, I suppose, significance that's ever heard of is York. And we're slowly transforming the garden into I suppose, a cottage style garden. So there's a lot of mix of plants. Flower beds are taller at the back, shorter at the front. There's a mix of colours. There's no formal planting. And what you can see down the middle is the new bed that we've put in this year on stream. I'm pretty sure the mods managed to clip me crawling around on my hands and knees enough for you to go back and have a look at various clips here, there, everywhere. Oh, Leo's just seen the community goal. Yes, for Twitch viewers, if you go into the channel points, apart from all your usual channel point redeems, that is a community goal. Land-based angler, yeah. Yes, there is a community goal over on Twitch. I thought it was very appropriate. Thanks for checking in, land-based angler. I'm just going to get to a drink. Yes, I hope Leo approves of that new contribution for the challenge. Oh, yeah, there seem to be a lot of them. Thanks for contributing, Archiles. Thanks and welcome, Lana Jane, and Bezzy's also contributed. Yep. Welcome to the channel, Lana Jane. I'm just going to have a drink. What I should be doing is having a drink out of one of my super duper new mugs. That's the this is bearing balloon. Links all over the place. Yes. Oh yeah. Morning, Mamaloons. And morning to Rocky's Dead as well. Grums, the community challenge has already got 25. He's already at 25%. Looks at this rate we'll have a new Twitch mod for a day. I don't know whether that means everyone thinks I should have a new Twitch mod, or whether everyone thinks that we should be punishing Rabbit or Fox by making them a mod. So yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, so watering every morning at the moment. Oh, just noticed I've got some red roses as well appearing. It's amazing how much stuff's coming out every day now. We've got quite a few new people come in. So, do you have? It's a good question. Do I have sun in the garden all day? If I go back to the other camera, sort the camera's over. As you look at that, the sun is to your right, and it will go further back and right. So the left-hand side of the garden basically stays in sun most of the day, and then the shade from the house will slowly edge its way up the garden from your viewpoint. So you certainly, the garden, the main part of the garden, so it'll certainly be in sun during this time of year until 2 o'clock, something like that. I'm just going to, let's say we've got a number of new people have come in, so I'll just have a wander around in the garden. I'll point some stuff out. I'm not good. Usually when we do a sort of garden tour, I take the camera with us. But considering we're losing cameras quicker than you're losing me due to the heat, I'm not going to move the camera out of its shade really today. But if we stream, we do this sort of proper gardening on a Sunday morning, and we generally have a garden tour at that point. Leo's contributors as well. You like that, do you? That challenge. Well, thanks very much for the bits, Mamaloons. That's very kind. You don't have to do that. We're not out to make millions of pounds from the channel. We are getting a bit of income, which all goes back into the channel. And again, for anyone who doesn't know, if you see me giving memberships or gifts elsewhere, that's not your money being recycled. Anything that comes into the channel stays within a dedicated account that pays for the channel, basically. So you're contributing to the channel. So I'm just going to say we've got a number of new people here. So I'll wander up the garden. I'll wander back down. Anyone who's here before, you can probably put in chat exactly what I'm going to say next. In fact, before I do that, let me just check that camera is actually still working, because we have had cameras that have been freezing on us. Let's just have a quick look. See if we can see something moving on that. Oh yeah, the trees are moving. That's okay. So I can't see the comments while I'm wandering up and down. So yep. So hello, welcome to the garden. Typical suburban garden. Nice archway through here, through the back. It's like a stone terraced area. We've got some fruit trees at the back, baskets, troughs, greenhouses through there around the back to the corner. That's where we usually stream from on a Sunday. But I wouldn't like to think what temperature it is in there today. I'm not even going to think about it, but it's going to be up in the 40s by now. Behind there is the veg patch. We haven't got a big veg patch, but a little veg patch. We've got some red roses up there now. We've got lots of hanging baskets, pots in the garden. We've done all the hanging baskets, pots on stream this year. We've done some new beds this year. This is just a new bed with some pots on it. On there, there's a mock orange bush here, which is about to flower. Then this is a bed that we did a number of years ago, I think 2 years ago, something like that, 18 months, 2 years ago. So the aim is country style, lots of mix of plants, flowering different times, different colours, different heights. But what we're trying to achieve is the lower plants at the front and then build up at the back. So you sort of like a hillside going up there. And then this is the new bed we've also done this year. This is the one that there'll be clips of me crawling around on my hands and knees doing. And this will be built so it's low on either side and then building up in the centre. And that will fill out in no time at all. We've got all sorts of stuff in flower at the moment. We've got dianthus. Well, we've got roses now. Regella's out. There's a new clematis out there. We've got some linearia there. Fuchsia's already out very early this year. I love fuchsias. We've got Aquilegia, foxgloves. Geums are out. There's all sorts of stuff in flower. Campanula's out, or various campania. Hardy geraniums are just starting to flower. Just seeing what else there is up here. If you remember that we did in this has got the bottle brush. Just thinking about doing something. more hardy geraniums there. And then we do have a lot of pots around, so we've done on stream strawberries in a trough. So if you think you can't do strawberries on a balcony, you can do. So you just do it in a pot like that. And simple terms, for anyone new, we've got the back garden is 150 foot, something like that long, and across 60, 70 foot across. So it's not a huge garden. We've also got a side part and also the front garden as well. We don't often stream in those areas, just for sort of privacy. I say most Sundays would be in the greenhouse and operating out of there. The same on most of the live streams, we do a garden tour, but the cameras can cope with the heat. But if you're really interested in looking at some of the flowers close up, anyone new to the channel, we're primarily a YouTube channel. That's where we started, and we post every day on YouTube in some format or other. And you get to see lots of close-ups on YouTube. We also post on all the other good, bad, and indifferent platforms as well. So if you want plenty of content, you can float around there. You can also find us on Discord as well. Just see if there are any comments from that. Morning, Liz. I won't ask whether you've gone to sleep yet. You should have a real-time chat. Well, I've got the capability, but I just can't see it in the... It's so bright in the garden, you just can't see it really. So, it's asking, is it going to be hard to mow the lawn? No, not really. Previously, without that central bed, obviously it was easier, but what I did was when we set that out, I made sure the lawnmower went down, basically one pass down each side of it. And all that. Can I do a mowing the lawn stream? Well, all that would be about order of about a minute and a half. And a lot of, to be honest, a lot of the summer, I think last year I only actually mowed the lawn 3 times because it was so dry. So plus the other problem with mowing the lawn is that obviously if mowing away from the house, you can that's fine because that's what you can see now. But I don't tend to put pictures of the house on that often. So mowing towards the house can be difficult. But I say, literally, it would take me perhaps a minute and a half is an exaggeration, but it probably wouldn't take me much more than 3 or 4 minutes to do that now. So there's a question over on YouTube. Any signs of Spike the Hedgehog? No. I saw Spike the Hedgehog, when was that, about a month ago? But I haven't seen Spike. There's been no evidence of Spike. The biggest giveaway is that the security light comes on when they, because I think generally Spike lives across the road, so they cross over the road. It's not a busy road. They cross over the road and then come up the drive, and that usually sets off the security light. So if the security light goes off at night, it's either a cat or Spike. How did I get over the fence? Which fence, Liz? That went over my head anyway. So yeah, while we're talking about, so yes, so we're primarily a YouTube channel for YouTube viewers or anyone who wants to watch that. It's all the usual content this week. We've got shorts every day. We've got um, the Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime videos, and then on Saturday there'll be a calming video in the morning, and then the usual premiere in the evening. I can't tell you what the premiere is because I haven't actually done it. Oh yes, I know. I do know what it's going to be. It'll be the monthly review for April, so it'll cover everything in the garden for April. That'll be next Saturday's premiere. Tuesday lunchtime video is something you may not know about strawberry plants, and the same on Thursday. It's going to be something unusual about raspberry plants. So it's a fruity week here on the channel. Victoria says her groundhogs go under our fence. Yeah, well, hedgehogs will generally go under stuff, and they're quite good at digging. And there's gaps where they can get through there. But also hedgehogs are very good at climbing, apparently. I never knew that. They can climb over a fence if they want to. So, in fact, if I do an evening stream, we might extend it in from doing gardening. We might extend it to doing a watch along into dusk to see if any signs of a hedgehog appears. But I haven't seen it. It's very odd. Why we haven't seen. We used to see Spike the Hedgehog virtually every day. Rabbit Fox saying that's over in the Netherlands, isn't it? That they have little staircases in the sewers so the hedgehogs can get out if they fall in. Yeah, I think if you're a hedgehog and you come up against like a concrete wall, you're going to struggle to get out. Thanks very much for that, Leo. You're supposed to be a moderator here. Bear in mind that the streamer can time out a moderator. Oh, over the fence. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean, Liz. Yeah, yeah. Well, I wasn't on. I forgot to put myself on earlier, but it's always, if I'm talking and yapping away, it's always good to be able to see who's actually yapping away. Let's go put the other camera back on. So yeah, so that's the. So what you're looking at now is the. Why has that not changed? Oh, I know why. Come on, YouTube, catch up. Yep, there you go. It's just the delay between the two streams. The what you're looking at there is actually down the side of the house. You don't often see that on stream, but it's about the only other place that doesn't melt. Noisy motorbike going by. I can see that. Thanks for contributing to the mod challenge, Clovert. For some reason, Twitch viewers want Rabbit or Fox to become a moderator for the day. I think it's a revenge. Is a revenge challenge. Morning, Arcades. So yeah, so you're on the side there. So obviously you can see the garage and you can see the hedge that Canny the blackbird was living in. I'll point it out to you where all this was happening. I'll say this is a bit of a repeat for people here at the start. So Canny the blackbird was living here, and I think she's building a new home somewhere in here. But so we've got flower down the side, and then what you're sat behind is the troughs, the wall troughs that we've done on stream. I could put those out now, but because of the heat, if I put them out, they'll just dry up and fry in the sun. and they're still quite young plants, so we'll give them a chance to grow. So overpacked troughs, but they are looking good, quite good, I have to say. Quite pleased with them. So we've got 5 of those brown ones to go at the front. This green one goes by the back door. As you can see, it's a lovely sunny day. We've also got the hanging baskets we did on stream. These are what we didn't know at the time, but those are the rattan ones. This is a bit of a shady area here, so this has got things that can cope with it. It's a fuchsia, hawk's head, little white flowers. In fact, you can't see that. Let's pick a flower. I think we can afford a hawk's head flower. So hopefully you can see that. That's a fuchsia hawk's head flower. Don't know how well that's focusing. Yeah, lots of people describe fuchsia flowers as like little ballerinas. Very pretty they are. I say that some of the stuff, I mean, I think I said it earlier, that they weren't flowering until about September last year. So some stuff that's very early this year, and that's probably because we had such a mild winter. How's the mod challenge coming along, Rabbit and Fox? Sorry, I forgot I'm on screen here. I shouldn't smile when I said that, should I? Because I can see when you're in chat and you type it out, you can smile while you're typing it out, can't you? But we have to have some sort of decorum here. So what else have we got to do today? Let's see what the temperature is. Oof, crumbs. I don't know if we'll be able to see that on screen. Ignore the time because it thinks we're in Europe. But it's 31 inside the conservatory here and 24 outside. So it's rocketing up. So it's certainly going to get, looking at that, it's going to get 28, 29, I reckon, here today. Yeah, Victoria's just starting to plant due to the weather. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people, sort of northeast America and Canada. They're quite Test. Hey! Well, sort of. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. We've lost another camera. We've lost our side camera. Why is that not come over? Oh, because I haven't pressed that button. There you go. I got carried away with the excitement. Yeah, we lost the side camera. Well, firstly, we lost the main camera you're looking at the moment, which also does the audio, but it also took out the side camera as well. But the side camera won't come back on. I suspect it's overheated. I've not got an idea why, because I haven't touched any cables or anything. So yes, I saw that we had some the usual suggestions like semaphore and sign language. I don't. I always thought it'd be a good thing to learn how to do sign language, but apologies for that. It is what it is. At least you still had me in the top corner to keep you company, so you could see nothing bad had happened to me. Where are we? Yeah. Right. Let's just. Going to refresh that. So let's see what's going on. So apologies for that, everyone. We're now down to one camera, I think. Oh, only me knows sign language. Yeah, it's a very useful skill, I think. Even if it's just, it's like everything. It's like being able to say hello in lots of different languages, isn't it? Just how to common courtesy, to be able to something like that, simple as that. Morning, Jerome. Yes, anyone that's joining us, we are having a few technical issues due to heat, and I think I made the joke about obviously the heat's been created by my handsome good looks. Oop. Sorry about the noise there. Yeah, the having just been outside, the second camera is now, the one we've just lost is now actually in the sun. So I think we know what's happened there. The camera you're on at the moment is just going around in the sun now as well. So I'm just going to move your camera. So everyone hold on. back. Just put you on there. Keep me back onto them. You can put it the right direction. Have a that doesn't look right to me. I'm just going to blank out the screen for a sec. There you go. So I've changed your location. So you're now looking at the white flowers at the back of the foxgloves, and these sort of purpley ones at the front are Aquilegia. So there you go. What I do need to do, I'm getting, one thing I'm irritated in the garden at the moment is that central bed. We've properly labelled up, but there's a lot of plastic labels in there really. I'm getting fed up with them. So I want to change over to the new slate labels, whether they've got anyone that's been here for some time knows that what we like to do is put viewers' names on the back of the slate labels, and then when we do walk-arounds or YouTube videos, occasionally you'll see your name or your plant in the garden. Most people have got them here already, if not got two. We've still got a whole load more. We've got loads and loads of them. So I'm going to be putting these out this week because, as I say, I've got fed up of the plastic labels in there. It doesn't look very pretty. These look better. So we've got a whole load here. So if anyone, whether you've got them already or not, so I'm just going to move you for a second. If I have my pen here, if anyone wants more plants with their name on, feel free. Morning, Sydney. Sydney, your plant, the sage at the bottom of the garden, is flowering now. Beautiful purple flowers. I can't show you today. I took pictures of it yesterday. They should appear on all on things like Instagram and YouTube over the next week. So and what I'll do is I'll tag you in, or I might send you a picture on Discord. So yeah, so we've got loads of plant labels. So anyone new, old, does that label not work? That should work. Why is that not working? Don't know. Try plant label loan, see if that works. I can't remember what the word is now. Hopefully, by zooming in on the foxgloves, you might see some bees floating around. We'll see. Label doesn't come up, does it? I can't remember what the command is. I could go into Stream Elements and look it up. I did do a command for it, but I can't remember. I'm just going to try something. Oh, it works on. Oh, does it work on? Okay, it works on YouTube. Oh, I don't know. Technology, eh? Yeah. Oh, by the way, Lone, that's still to go out. Yours is from last time, which is the Time Dune. In fact, that's actually just outside. I can actually see that from here. So that's one that's going out anyway. So morning, Yankee. If anyone wants one, yell out in the comments that you want a plant label, and just put, if you don't tell me what you want written on it, I'll just put your username on it. Oh no, I don't think it's working. I think it's under a different. I can't remember what it might be. It's got to be something logical that I did it. And, hang on, let me just try this. Oh, there you go. It's actually labels. So we have done it. Going to be some ads coming up on Twitch in a minute or so. Right. Only me. Okay. Well, I'm just going to pick them out random from the box of random plants. Cindy's on a free streak. Thank you very much for that. The first one out is a Gypsophilia alba, which will go to only me. I say whether these have got names or not, they'll be going out. They'll all be going out this week. And your bottle brush is looking pretty good at the moment, Tony, mate. Next one I can see Jerome for a cat called Gypsy. Yeah, that's fine. You've got that will be an Erigeron profusion. Hopefully you can see that. And all these labels are in this new central bed we've done, so you'll be able to see plenty of opportunity to see that. Yeah, I've got that only, mate. Yeah, understood. Beauty of creative. Yep, yep. You've got a Campanula Resholds. Well, it's got Reshold something, but it's a Campania. It's one of the sort of bluebell type plants. Yeah. We're in the ads on that. Yeah, Loan's just answered your question, Sydney. Yeah. Yeah, I was. I think just before you came in, and we lost our second of 3 cameras today due to the heat. I'll show you. I think where they're building a nest now is probably about 6-7 foot away from where the previous nest was. Hello. Oh, hello, Twisted Metal, Angvid. Good to see you. Would you Twisted? Would you like a plant label? Your name on it? We've got plant labels to go with the plants, and then viewers have their names on the back of it. Oh, and some bees actually float. I can actually see some bees floating around near the. See if I can zoom in a little bit more on that. So first, when I was watering the garden this morning, there were loads of bees on there, and I actually managed to get some photos of it. So you'll be seeing. I think you'll be seeing quite a few pictures coming up, and there'll be a right buzz about that. But I won't bumble on about it that long. But if I do bumble on for too long, it'll just have a nasty sting in the tail. Thank you, Leo. That's very good. That's very good. Loan's telling me to behave. See, we're having a run of bee jokes. Very toasty in the Netherlands too today as well. Yeah, yeah. I think you've got the same weather that we've got. So anyone that's coming in, we've actually lost two. In fact, we lost the camera before we even started because it overheated, and we've just lost another camera that's overheated. So we're down to the one camera at the moment, which is in the shade. Well, saying that, actually, I'm going to have to go and move it again. The bottom part is in the shade, the top part's in the sun. So I might have to go and move you again. In fact, I think I will go and move you. What I'll do is I'm going to try to move you around so we've still got a decent view of the bees coming and going. I think I could probably, yeah, might get away with that. We won't have lost the cameras permanently. They'll just let them cool down. They'll come back. But I'm going to leave the mic. I'm going to leave the mic here for a sec. Sorry, I'm just going to have to readjust. I can't see anything out there on the screen because it's literally so bright. But you need to come down a bit, I think. Or can I do that? Do that here. That's right. Anything I'm doing out there is purely guesswork as to where the camera is pointing. Oh yeah, I can probably do something for here. Yeah, yeah, I can do. Yes. There you go. And not quite in the shade. You're 2/3 of it in the shade. Give it 5 minutes. You will be in the shade. So if we can survive the next 5 minutes, we'll be okay. What have I missed? Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend in the US this weekend. Yeah, I know it's been very wet up near you, Sydney. If the mods are around, if you could do a shout out for if Yankee's still in the chat and Sydney as well. Both interesting channels on Twitch. It's there's a little bit of a breeze here now, but it is stifling hot. So if no one else wants any further plant labels, just let me know now. I say the likelihood is that we'll do it again at a later point. I say that's a job for this week, which again we can do early in the morning when it's nice and cool. So the next couple of days is going to be pretty warm. So yeah, you can see how busy the bees are on the foxglove. So I'm concentrating watching. Oh, Mystical Whim, where are you located? We are in Northern England. Welcome to the channel. We're in Northern England in the UK. I don't know where you're from, but in simple terms, if you know where York is in the UK, that's probably the nearest place of any significance that anyone's ever heard of outside of the UK, mainly because it's a touristy place. Oh, you're from the Boston area. Yeah. Yeah, so anyone coming in, it's a pretty typical suburban garden. You can't see much of it at the moment because we're looking at some flowers, some foxgloves and some aquilesias where the bees are coming and going. It's just extremely warm here today, and I say normally on a Sunday we'd be doing some gardening, generally based out the greenhouse, which is down the bottom of the garden. But it's just too warm. I say it's to the extent we've lost two cameras to the heat so far. So it is what it is. What it is. I knew when I saw the forecast. I'd rather have it, even if it's wet, we can still stream out in the greenhouse. So, but anyone that's newing, think about giving us a follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. Both channels are growing quite nicely. We've got we're mainly a YouTube channel. We post there every day. We post on all the other platforms, but we dual live stream YouTube and Twitch. So if you're new to one of the platforms and you try to work out who I'm talking to both YouTube and Twitch channels. You get the same pictures on both, so personal choice. Not going to ask you to go and watch one or the other. If you want to become a member on YouTube, it's very cheap. You get a few bonuses from that. But there's also the subs over on Twitch as well. I think the full word. I think I used the full YouTube word, Sydney. I think on mine. I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyway. Yeah. Only May's asking, did I get any thunderstorms and torrential rain in the early hours Saturday morning? We had some heavy rain. I didn't. I don't remember the thunderstorm No, I don't think we had the thunderstorms. We certainly had heavy rain in the early hours. Morning TBS. Anyone over on Twitch, if you've got channel points, there is a community contribution fund there to make Rabbit or Fox a mod for the day. Feel free to use your channel points over on that if you don't want to use it by doing horrible things to me. In fact, the more channel points you spend on making Rabbit or Fox a mod, the less points floating around there are for Rabbit and Fox to actually use to make me not say a certain word. What are you going to tell us about Strawberry Plant? Well, I could tell you the whole story, but it's top secret. It'll be out on Tuesday at 12:30 on YouTube. It's just one of our 3-minute videos. In fact, I don't think it actually is 3 minutes. I think it's actually about 2 minutes 45 this time. But doing that, so you can actually see a bee there, actually in centre bottom, landing on the Aquilegia. They're really busy, the bees are there, because not only have they got the foxgloves, but they've got the Aquilegia. Plus, if you look directly behind to the right, they've got the fuchsias as well. So you just get covered in bees. There's not. The strange thing is, there's quite a few bees around now, but nowhere near the number there were first thing when I was watering the garden. There were hundreds of bees on it. So I don't know if we've got anyone who knows about bees on the channel in the chats, whether the bees are more active sort of dawn and dusk. I don't know, to be honest. It's something I'd have to Google, really. But it was very much more noticeable. Whether the bees don't like the really hot weather as well, I don't know. Thanks for contributing, Samantha. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for that follow. Lovely T110. Assuming that's how you say it, but thanks very much for the follow. Before we go, I'll in a few minutes I'll move the camera and then pan around the garden, and I'll do a quick description for anyone new joining the channel. Yeah, and actually, Only Me's made a good point on the YouTube chat. Only Me is probably, I think we discovered it's only about 50 miles to the south of here, something in that sort of region. So we get quite similar sort of weather and conditions. We're on the same side of the country as well. And she's asking to see ladybirds. Because earlier in the year there were hundreds of ladybirds all over the place, weren't there? And it is true there aren't as many around at the moment. Now, whether that, again, if there was a ladybird-ologist here, they could probably answer that. I don't know whether they breed in sort of batches or cycles throughout the year. I don't know. I did see a couple this morning, but or whether they just don't like the dry weather, I don't know. Arkley spotted one this morning. Yeah, I say I spotted a couple this morning, but I see if you went back about 3 or 4 weeks, there were hundreds of them. They were breeding like ladybirds. Or for our North American friends, I think your ladybugs. Or go on, Beauty Love Creative. Let's do it again. What was the Dutch word for ladybird? And for anyone new, that we've got quite a few Dutch speakers in the chat. And we always like to be challenged with a Dutch word of the week, which I will totally and utterly mess up. Now, I can't honestly remember. We did ladybird earlier in the year, but I can't remember what ladybird was now. Yes, if I don't know if Loan's here, I don't know if you could copy that across um, onto Twitch for us, Loan. So at least before I attempt it, Twitch can see what I'm going to attempt to say. Thanks for shoving your head over onto the YouTube side, Sydney. Hope it's not too uncomfortable over there for you. Thanks very much, Loan. Right, so what Loan has just posted on the Twitch chat there is the Dutch word for ladybird or ladybug. It'll be noisy in a second. There's a motorbike coming back next door. So what we'll do is I'm going to add another attempt at the Dutch word for ladybird, which is leave hairs. Hang on, let's think about this. Leave hairs, Diascia. Leave here, Diascia. I haven't got a clue whether that's right or wrong. If you're not a Dutch speaker, I think you'll have to put that into your Google Translate and get it to read it out to you. Only me's talking about ladybird. Only me's just saying usually if there's aphids around ladybirds, if there aren't the aphids around, you won't get the ladybirds. That's a good point. I don't know. I haven't really been looking for ladybirds. Oh, Twisted Metal saying the pronunciation was pretty bad. Yes, well that's part of the game. That I think that's what my Dutch-speaking viewers are attempting to try to do, is to make me say something pretty hopelessly like Rapidor Fox has just clipped that on Twitch. And then they like to give me a word that is hopelessly pronounced, and then they clip it up and get out of entertainment out of it. Well, at least 10 seconds anyway. So yes, we have learnt what bear is now, as in beer. That's fairly easy. Line say you should say it as Levu hair Biest. I'm not even sure that's correct either. You meant to say it was pretty good. I wouldn't. I think it's pretty terrible whichever way I say it. It's okay, Rabbit. You can say that Lone is closer to it than me. That's perfectly fair. It is a democracy here, even if it is ruled by a tyrant. So we'll just see what's going on. It's a democracy, yeah. How many points have we got towards the Twitch challenge yet? That's a very clever phrase, that is, Rapid Fox. You'll have to explain that to chat, but I know what Ursa means. We've got 38% of raised for making Rapid Fox a mod on Twitch. I've set it to 30 days, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities to top that up. So, but if you do have spare points now, feel free to top up the community challenge and encourage Rapid Fox to be more moderated. Ursotopia sounds quite good. Ursotopia, obviously being Ursa being the what is bear in Latin. We always like to learn something on the channel. Obviously, we're not learning how to speak Dutch very well, but we do like to learn something. What I'll do for anyone new coming in, because I know we've got a number of new people who've appeared, I'll just move that camera around and so you can see up the garden, and I'll just walk around and point out a few things. That's an even better one. That is Archiles. Who's gone for Ursotopia. Yep. Might have to make a t-shirt out of that. Yes, and for we do have a merch store as well. Links can be found in various places. In the various places you'd find links. But also, if you go to our website, bearinthegarden.com, you can find a link from there as well. So, right, let's move the camera so anyone new can actually see what the actual garden exists, rather than just sort of a couple of plants. So I'll stand up. So yeah, I can't see the comments while I'm wandering around out there. Mainly because it's so bright, but the other thing is I can't be bothered carrying the phone around with me. I'm just going to, being attacked by a bee there. Just come back and have a quick look on the screen, see what that's showing. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can open that up so we get a wider view. Yeah, if anyone does want something from the merch store, the links on there. It's a team. Well, actually, we've got two, but the Team Mill store's the one we use most. It's a UK company, but they post out everywhere, all over the world. We do the designs, and they do everything else for us. They make the stuff. They do the customer service. They handle all the payments. It's a really good system. I'm just, yeah, I forgot what I was doing there for a second. I remember now. Just going to picture. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm just trying to get the whole of the picture in the screen. Right, yeah, that looks good to me. So we transition that across. There you go. So you can actually see the bulk of the back garden. So yeah, pretty typical suburban garden. We have, through the arch, we have a patio area down here greenhouse behind there, which is where we normally stream from on Sundays. Small veg patch behind there, some fruit trees, lots of pots, troughs, got grapevine. What else have we got up here? We've got onions and garlic, which we planted this year. That's where we normally be, but it'd be even more roasting in there than it is out here. And then we come into what is the back garden. Lots of hanging baskets, which we've done on stream. So anyone who hasn't been here and wants to see this, do that. You can go back and watch it on the previous live streams on YouTube, and some of the VODs back on Twitch. Obviously, some of the Twitch VODs disappear after a time. You can go and look on that. You've got mock orange tree there. And then basically the design of this is that we've got flower bed down that side. Flower beds with a little gap there. And then these beds we've done this year. This hasn't got anything planted into the ground, this has just got pots on the top. And all these pots we've done on stream this year. And then it's a country style garden. So the aim is to have the shorter plants at the front of the beds and then ramping up to the back. Because it's country style, it's just a mix of different types of plants, different colours, different heights, different flowering times, lots of perennials, which are the plants that last year after year after year. And then it's infilled with these summer bedding plants into any gaps we've got. And then down the centre that you can see, we've got the new central bed, which we've done on stream this year. And that's basically, it's got recycled rubber edging, then a liner, plant through the liner for the plants, and then it's got slate chippings on the top. And that's that and this is totally new for this year, only for the fact that I'm trying to get rid of the grass over time. We've done all sorts of other things on stream this year. We've got some strawberry plants in a trough. So anyone who thinks they can't grow strawberries on their patio or terrace or balcony, you can do. You can have a go. Just walk back past the pond. Oh, it's really warm out here now. So that's roughly what it is. We'd normally on a Sunday we'd have a close-up walk around and tour of the garden, look at things in more detail. But obviously the camera isn't very happy today. We're down to the one of the three. So, hello Mary, good to see you. Do you need to water the plants due to these temperatures? Yeah, we're watering every morning. I generally water somewhere between 6 and 7 in the morning. Everything's been watered today, so it shouldn't need watering. The only thing I will check on come back tea time will be the hanging baskets. It's generally what dries out the plants more than the sun is actually wind. That tends to dry it out. There isn't much wind today. I mean, that's why it's going to be so hot. But that seems to dry them out more. The majority of stuff won't need watering now till tomorrow morning. But I will check the baskets later today again. And some of the baskets and troughs that we made on stream this year, I haven't even put in their final position yet, because I've put them into the shade. Because if I put them out now, you'll be constantly watering them, and it's just they'll frizzle up this week. So better just to leave them in the shade, and then they can go out. Especially while they're young plants. Most of the hanging baskets and troughs, once they're established, are fine with the hot weather. They might wilt a bit during the day, but then they'll just reinvigorate come later in the day. So, yeah, it's quite relaxing just to sit in here. I can open up where you're looking out. We've got some French doors which can open up, and you can just sit here. I'm a bit disappointed we haven't got any furry visitors. Let's say we have 3 furry visitors, well, 3 furry inhabitants, but 2 of the cats aren't really speaking to us today because they went to the VET yesterday for their annual jabs, and they're not happy at all with me. I can't imagine why. And I say the other one, generally I wouldn't expect to see. It's coming at 1 o'clock here now. I wouldn't really expect to see till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. They tend to be out all day. In fact, to be honest, in this weather, they'll be out somewhere, curled up asleep probably. But I think we'll do something like we'll do a nice calm watch along stream, probably sometime this week in one evening. Just watch dusk sort of draw in, which we've done before. Hopefully Spike the Hedgehog will turn up, but I think that's pretty unlikely, but you never know. Yeah, the temperature in the greenhouse is going to be double that. Yeah, it's going to be certainly in the 40s in the greenhouse. Doors open, the windows open. And if you remember last week, we were starting to sort of panic about how much stuff we've got in the greenhouse because it wouldn't cope with the weather. I'm just going to rehydrate myself. Though to be honest, I should really be, if any good, I should be rehydrating out of one of our own branded mugs. Product placement. Yeah. All a bit embarrassing, really. Yeah, so the main thing was to try to get as much out of the greenhouse before this weather turned up, really. There's still some stuff in the greenhouse, but they're all in trays with water. They're all stood in water, so they've got plenty to drink. And most of the stuff that's in the greenhouse now is going to go in the front garden, in the bed down the front garden, which I've weeded beginning of last week as well. But I don't really want to plant at the moment with this heat because the ground's pretty dry and anything will wilt. So it's better to be sat in a tray of water. So yeah, nice mug here. It's one that we've designed for Canny the Blackbird. Hopefully Canny the Blackbird comes back because then it can extend the mug situation. It's quite a nice mug actually. Yes, the merch store has got shirts like this one. This is the stone version, stone colour. This is stone with what looks like dirt on it, soil on it, and slightly soggy patches. Amazingly, it hasn't got any chocolate on it yet, but there's a number of different colours and it's all the usual sizes. So there's that, some tea, I think some tea towels and some mugs on there at the moment. And then the second store we've got has got some different stuff on it, but that's not really set up for my liking at the moment. So we're running off a company called T-Mill, which is a UK-based company, which handles everything. We do the designs and set up the little storefront, and then they do everything in the background for you, from the payments to the production to the posting to the everything under the customer service. Oh, I wonder what the heck that was down the bottom of the garden there for a second. That is one of our, right, you probably can't see it there, but right down the bottom in the middle by the back fence, there's a bird bath there, and that's one of the horrible magpies. The horrible magpies that got Canny's eggs. But yeah, the merch store is not to make huge amounts of money. Some friends and family wanted some Bear in the Garden merch type stuff, mainly t-shirts actually. So it was a good way of doing it. And I thought if I'm going to go to the effort, we'll just leave it open so it's available to anyone else really. And the company ships anywhere in the world. I think perhaps that's an exaggeration, but they ship to virtually everywhere in the world. That's probably a better way of putting it. But if you look on there, so if you go on if you follow all the links to our shop, you'll find out what they do anyway. And also, if yeah, the magpies really enjoy themselves. They're horrible things. And also, if there are any other creators in there, have a look at that. You can do your own stuff. It's very easy to set up. There's loads of different companies that do it. So it's a bit of fun for the family. Hello, MZ London. On Twitch, they're planting up their balcony pots today. Lavender, begonias, astrantia to join the geraniums that survived the winter. Yeah, we had quite a few geraniums survive the winter as well up in Yorkshire. Just because it was so, I think we only had about 4 nights of frost here over the winter, and that was it. We didn't have any snow. So lots of stuff has survived, and I think that's possibly why the reason like the fuchsias and so on are out so early this year. That flipping magpie, it's on the fence now at the back. What's he going to do now? Is he going? It's going for another bath. Morning, GG. Yeah. So as MZ London's doing, it shows that you can, a lot of these plants you can just grow in pots, and I think we've shown that over the last few weeks. So if you've just got a small area and you've just got room for a pot, have a go. I mean, like I showed when I was out there, the strawberries. We've got strawberries in a pot. Very easy to do. You can get some mail order strawberry plants off all the usual places. I think if you go via the website, there's a referral link to certainly Amazon that show you some of the stuff that we buy. And again, I think in some of the descriptions we put links in, so you can see some of the stuff that we're using on these streams as well. You don't have to buy from there, but if you do, we get a small commission. But more so, you can actually see what we're using, and then source your own stuff. Only me's tomato and cucumber plants are flagging, even the greenhouse door and window open. Yep. Well, I've got the door and the window open, but it doesn't seem to make much difference. I've actually got some. Sorry, we're in an ad break, but I've actually got some greenhouse shading to put up, which when we put in the cucumbers and the gherkins and the aubergines in the greenhouse, we'll put some shading up just to take a little bit of the summer heat out of it. Thanks very much. Yeah, the garden's really filled out. People have been here and watched it since started doing these live Sunday streams, which I think was, when was that? About October, something like that. And seen it all the way through the winter. And you can remember basically the flower beds were completely empty and sort of just basically soil. It's amazing how they're filled out. And it's really starting to get that sort of nice country style. And you've got the movement from the plants. It's all different heights, different colours. And it'll just keep on developing, really. The main thing is keeping on top of it now, and keep it well watered. And if we get stuff coming up, weeds that we don't want, we'll take them out and so on. But actually, it's, from this point on, it's really maintenance on that. We've obviously still got the greenhouse and the veg patch to sort out, which ideally I will always do on the May Bank holiday weekend, which is this weekend in the UK. But obviously we don't want to really be planting anything in this heat. So I'm pleased how it's coming along. I'm really pleased by the central bed. That's come out much better than I thought. So I say go forward this week. Next Sunday we'll be on at our usual time. Hopefully, looking at the weather forecast, it's not going to be so hot, so we'll be back in the greenhouse next weekend. Probably, and if we are back in the greenhouse, we'll be sorting out the greenhouse and potting up the greenhouse plants in there, the veg and the salady type stuff, and we'll probably do the veg patch as well. So we'll be down there next Sunday, hopefully. We've still got some plants to put out. I'll say most of those flowers plants to put out. Most of those are going in the front garden, so that won't be live streamed for privacy reasons. But I'll be taking photos of that, so they'll all appear on the various platforms: YouTube, Instagram. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Discord as well. If people want to post their own pictures, feel free. You can do it on our Discord channel, on our Discord server. Or what I've done in the last week, we've opened up the community page on YouTube. So if you want to post your own pictures from your own garden on YouTube, you can do that. If you go to the Bear and Garden homepage, you'll find the community tab at the top, and you can now post your pictures on there now as well, alongside our pictures. The same moderation rules apply on the community page as you do with the normal chats, so it is moderated. So yeah, so if you've got something pretty, you can post it there. If you haven't got your own place to post stuff, feel free. I say the channel, even though it's our channel, I'll say, well, sort of my channel, Bear in the Garden channel. Yeah, I've always operated like it's a community-driven channel. Everyone's welcome every weekend or whenever to come in and sit in the garden and just bring their cup of tea and just lurk in the background if they want to, or be part of the chat. We've got two very nice communities, both on YouTube and Twitch. We very rarely have any issues. We've got some excellent mods as well. So that's how I see the channel. It's okay. It's my garden. I'm putting in a lot of the work on it anyway, but I'd be doing the work anyway, and everyone else can sit and enjoy it and be part of another community. Hello, Atom Fighter, over on Twitch. According to that weather that's come up on YouTube, they reckon it is 22 and feels like 24. My weather machine says it's 27 in the garden. In fact, actually, it's changed because the sun's gone round off the conservatory now. It's actually warmer outside than it is in here now. It's 26 where I'm sat and 27 outside. I don't know if you can see that. Want to go. I don't know. You can't really see that very well. So it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. So where are we up to? We've managed to waffle for 2 hours in the sunshine. I say we'll definitely be streaming that stuff on for next Sunday around the greenhouse. I'll probably do something late afternoon, early evening this week, a live stream I don't know what day it will be. If it's a bit cooler in the evening, I can probably do some planty type stuff. If not, we just sit and enjoy the garden. Thanks very much for that, Beauty Love Creative. Yes, only me. If you want to post something on the YouTube channel, yeah, if you go to the Bear in the Garden homepage, where you see all the videos and bits and pieces, towards the top it says community. You click on that. It's almost the same as posting something in chat, to be honest. You'll see there's it'll say post. There'll be a text box to put some text in if you want to put, or there'll be like an image. I think it's image. In fact, what I'll just do is I'll pull it up myself. The only problem is when I pull it up myself is yeah, at the top of the page it's got well, mine's slightly different because it's got a community. You click on community, and that pulls up, and you'll see all my posts in there. And then yeah, there's a box at the top that says it'll say whatever your username is, and then it says what's on your mind. And if you click on what's on your mind, that's the text part. And then below that, there's a little thing that says image. And then, so if you click on image, you can upload an image from your phone or depending which way, or your PC or whatever. So have a go. Interesting to see what other people's gardens are like. It's a sort of we have a sort of a Discord community that does something similar, but I've opened up the YouTube one because, as I say, I see it as almost like a community channel rather than it's my channel and I'm in charge. Yeah, it's because I think Beauty Love's saying that they couldn't find the community page on their iPad, but on Samsung they found it straight away. Yeah, and that's because of YouTube being Google, isn't it? And iPhones being Apple, and I think there are issues like that. So thanks, I say, for everyone that's been here. I'll say some individual thanks while I'm putting that up. I say YouTube content this week, normal Tuesday, Thursday lunchtime videos, strawberries, raspberries. Saturday premiere will be the monthly review video for, I was going to say April, but it's May, isn't it? The year's going on quite quickly. There'll be shorts every day on YouTube, everything at the usual times, assuming I've got the timings correctly set up. Daily postings on all the other different bits and pieces that we've got. You can find all the links all over the place. We'll be live streaming both YouTube, Twitch next Sunday, about 11ish UK time, give or take a little bit. Hopefully it won't be so hot and the cameras won't give up. We've done pretty well to get one camera through to the end, I think, with only sort of one major sort of issue halfway through. Keep your eyes out for a midweek stream at some point. I quite like doing the very early morning streams because that suits me better, but it doesn't really suit our North American friends very well, because that's in the middle of the night there. So I'll try to do something in the late afternoon or early evening. How did the should we just see how the community, anyone over on Twitch who's got some spare points that we want to get rid of, some channel points they want to get rid of, on the points redeem, there is a community challenge at the moment you can contribute to make Rabbit or Fox become a moderator for a day. I'm sure they'd love to do that. The other thing, while I'm read through a few names on the chat, we have got the usual Sunday end part, which is to try to guess what lunch is for today. In fact, well, while you start to guess that, I'll actually go and look in the fridge and see what there is for lunch today. Ah, right, okay. As I say, it's just me and the cats today, even though the cats aren't speaking to me. So I'll say a few thanks to people I can see: Beauty Love Creative, Victoria, Only Me, Twisted Metal, Ollie was here, Gigi, Jerome, Mary. It's not easy to see everyone. Over on Twitch, thanks to Raptor Fox, Atom Fighter, MZ London. I was going to say Atom Fighter again, but thank you again. Sydney was here. Just going back up. Toilet Brush Salesman, Arcles, Samantha was around. Mystical Whim was here. Liz was here as well. Bessie was here. Clover was here. Calamity Jardine was not here. Mamaloons was here as well. I'm sure that there's a load of you who've been lurking as well. Thanks for anyone who's been lurking as well. Yeah, perfectly good to lurk here. Enjoy the garden. Enjoy chat trying to wind me up. See some quite cunning guesses for what the lunch is there. Maybe a Scotch egg for lunch. Well, there is a Scotch egg in the fridge, so that is a possibility. I think on a hot day like today, it might just be something like that. Chicken salad and ice cream for dessert. Well, the chicken's fine. Salad, we don't do salad. Well, we do occasionally, but not very often. But I think I may take up only me suggestion of having a Scotch egg. I will find somewhere to raid out on Twitch, and I think I know where I'm going to go. Let's just get ready to do that. Tuna salad or a sandwich. Yeah, I think it's going to be something that's not going to take a lot of effort because it's just so hot. What I do need to do is have a lot more liquid. The community challenge, we've got 38% of the points raised so far to make Rabbit or Fox a mod on Twitch. We might be able to do that on the next stream, or if I stream midweek and we stream again on next Sunday, we should be able to make Rabbit or Fox a mod next weekend. Yeah, Sydney's put in a little raid message there, which you can put into where we're going to raid. I think a lot of you will know where we raid. There's a few people we generally raid on a Sunday. Let's set that up, ready to go. Change over onto that. Change. Excuse me, talking to myself. Thanks for all the follows today as well. Thanks to anyone who's subscribed today as well on YouTube. Thanks to the mods today, to Lone and to Leo. Thank you for your work. Thanks to Mamaloons for the bits as well. Thanks for the watch streaks. Let's see if they are still, how far there we are. It's a shame there was someone else there, but They're not ready to start yet. Okay. Let's go and do something that's just as chill and as relaxing on Twitch. Say hello. I won't spoil the surprise, but you'll know when it comes up in the chat. And have a good rest of your weekend. What's left of it in the UK, we've got an extra day for the extra bank holiday. I'll see everyone in all the usual and unusual places on Twitch and YouTube over the coming days. So keep a lookout for all the YouTube content, and I'll try to do a midweek live stream in the garden. And if not, I'll see everyone again live next Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the day. Don't melt in the UK or Europe. And I'll start the raid on Twitch. And have a good weekend, everyone.